Hey, it's Edward Spaghetward, Eddie Spaghetti if you're feeling friendly, but in case you're not well acquainted, welcome to my channel. I know it's been forever since I dropped a video, but I promise I didn't forget about you. I'm back to making videos, and I've never felt more prepared. Speaking of preparation, the next school year is way closer than you think. If you're anything like me, the last school year smacked you around relentlessly, and I commend you for surviving it. Some of us haven't gotten back in the groove of productivity in the middle of this parabola though. Luckily, there's still hope. If you're usually academically inclined but you feel like you've been in a slump lately, it's perfectly normal to feel this way. We've all been there. Actually, I'm there right now. So without further ado, let's talk mental health. You, yes you, with the dirt under your fingernails, haven't been taking care of yourself, and it is evident that it is affecting your productivity. When we feel overwhelmed by our academic responsibilities, we forget to be responsible for ourselves. Being crusty and dusty has a lot more to do with your productivity than you think, because when we look good, we feel good, and when we feel good, we get a lot more done. What I do to make sure I feel ready for every day is still an idea, from Kelly Stamps in particular. I start every morning with what she calls her grateful flow. I stand in my front yard and start listing off everything I'm grateful for as I stare into the trees. This gives me time to decompress from the stress of the day prior, and it's always pleasant to look at nature. Another thing I do, or don't do rather, is look at my phone first thing in the morning. If you're really nosy like I am, you get a lot of notifications from news sources early in the morning. As interesting as those news stories may be, I promise you this is not healthy. News sources usually report tragedies, and reading negative news every morning will lead you to jump down a really sad rabbit hole, and who wants to do that? Just like bad news, reading messages early in the morning, first thing you wake up, is a really good way to get hooked. When we begin every morning with a screen in our faces, our brains get used to that rush of dopamine and start to expect it every morning, and that is super distracting. I don't ever get anything done on days I wake up to a bunch of messages, because then I start texting back. When the replies get slower, I start watching YouTube. I start replying slow because I'm watching YouTube, and before I know it, I've watched every Nick is Not Green video, and I have 10 people to text back. The third thing that I do to take care of myself is create. You don't have to be a YouTuber to create something you'll be proud of yourself for. When I'm not feeling super productive, I just pull out my coloring book and finish a page or two. That way I feel like I've accomplished something, and I get the self-satisfaction of being able to say, oh, that's pretty. Finally, it's time to face the inevitable. Negative feelings. Contrary to what I would love to think, we all have days that really do take a toll on us. Not every day would be a triumph, and that's okay. The fact that you woke up this morning is a victory all in itself. I'm proud of you. One of the most common negative feelings we experience is anxiety. We often think of anxiety as something that's only in our head, but it's not. This impending doom isn't something you can just sleep away. It might help to run from it, literally. Anxiety can be a very tangible, physical thing we can legitimately feel, and research shows that going for a run actually alleviates anxiety. And no, you do not need to run a marathon to lessen the worry. A quick jog around the block will do the trick. Lastly, but most importantly, I'm not a mental health professional. If you genuinely think you have depression, I urge you to go seek professional help. Therapy worked wonders for me. If you like this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more studying content. And trust me, more content is on the way.